Yeah, g'day and welcome to our second midweek update. Today, what I wanted to do is just talk about two things that I think will help Christians to cope with this coronavirus situation better than people who are not following Christ. And it's just simply we've got God and we've got each other. And I think that's going to make a big difference if we take hold of that. Last week, the elders were reading Revelation 13:10. We read a chapter of Revelation. But 13:10 says this, if anyone is destined for captivity, into captivity he goes. If anyone is to be killed with a sword he will be killed. This demands the perseverance and faith of the saints. I think one of the things that's happening, and I think if you look around you'll see it, is that over the last couple of hundred years, our secular thinking has thought a couple of things. We thought that our science, our technology, could fix anything. And we thought with that science and technology, we were going to be able to be in control of any problem. We can handle any problem in the world. And we're in control. Mankind has dominated the planet. But what this coronavirus thing does is shows us that we're not in control and we can't fix some things. They still happen. Anybody who's going to be killed with a sword will be killed. There's going to be people who die from this disease, and there's nothing we can do about it. We're doing our best, and people are still dying. That's heartbreaking. That's tragic. So what it does is, in all our human confidence, it crashes because we find we're alone in a big, scary world that's dangerous. And that's kind of what a lot of people are dealing with. I know people, relatives, who are panicking because they've realised they're alone in a big, scary world. They don't know what's going to happen. We're not in control. But Christians are in that big, scary world, but we're not alone. You see, it says, destined for captivity, into captivity. Destined to be killed with a sword will be killed. This demands the perseverance and faith of the saints. You see, it's that faith, that knowing that God is in control and God is with us, so we're not alone. And the world, it's going to be bad, but it's not out of control. God will be at work. God will look after his people. And it's that faith that gives us a hope in the resurrection. And if you remember 1 Corinthians, faith, hope and love, I think it's the faith that gives us a hope that enables us to love, to keep loving each other. And that's what I want to encourage our church to be doing, even though we've had to go online and we can't meet and all sorts of things are happening. I want you to encourage you to keep finding ways to be loving each other. There's a couple of things where the elders are really encouraging people to buddy up. Find a buddy. If you haven't found a buddy yet, someone who you can ring from our church, how are you going? Can I pray for you? What did you do on Sunday? How did that stay? How did you stay encouraged? Buddy up. And if you can't find a buddy, let us know. Give me an email and we'll try and find one for you. We want life groups to go to Zoom or to pair up or something, but we don't want them to just stop, although some will stop for the holidays soon. But we would want to encourage life groups to find ways to stay connected. It's not as good, I know that, but it's better than nothing. The other thing that the elders talked about this morning is that what we want to do on Sundays is run a Zoom conference, one at 10:30 and one at 6 p.m. And we're going to encourage as many people as possible to get in on that so that we're still connecting with each other, keeping up with each other and feeling like we're part of the church. So a separate email will come out about that later in the week once we set up some times and do that. And you're just going to have to click the link and maybe download Zoom to make it work better, but you can be part of that. So we'll be sending you an email about that later. So because of the faith in the God who's in control, who's the Lamb who's died for his people, we have a hope that will enable us to love. And this weekend's actually Neighbour Day in our normal church calendar if we were meeting. So what I want to encourage you to do is that love, because we're going to cope better than our neighbours, than our rallies, I really want to encourage you to be thinking of your neighbours and your rallies. You will probably never get a better time in your whole life to show love to your community than right now. There's people who are scared, there's people who are lonely, in coming days, we don't know how bad it's going to get. There may be people with great needs. Have a think about how you can serve those needs. Drop a letter in someone's letterbox. Maybe write a note that says, if you need anything, I'm happy to help. Give me a call. Leave your number. Can I go to the grocery shops if you've got an older neighbour? Think about ways you can help the people in your street, the people in your family, the people in your workplace. Let me encourage you to be neighbourly like that. So anyway, I think it's going to be tough times for everybody, but if we've got each other and stick together and care about each other, not just about ourselves, if we keep growing in the gospel of Christ, as Easter's coming, the one who died for us and lives for us and will take us to be with him, then we don't have to panic. We don't have to have that shock. We may be uncertain about the future, and there's going to be hard days, but overall, we're going to be able to trust God and keep going and be a source of light in a dark time. Well, God bless you this week, and look forward to the emails coming later in the week. God bless.